we are nearing the destination of getting to the Kentucky Derby. The road has been long, and one of the horses who has traversed it and has landed a spot in the gate is Barber Road, trained by my guest, Johnny Ortiz. And this is not only a Derby horse for you, but your first, and you've gotten that first horse in a relatively short amount of time. I mean, you just went out on your own as a trainer in 2016, correct?
Yeah, well, yeah, definitely. Thank you for having me here. And I mean, it's a great journey to be a part of. You know, we like to joke around with this name right now because, you know, it's Barber Road, but we're on the road to the Derby.
That's right.
It's a suiting name, and it's been a quick road, fast road, fun road.
Fast
we're enjoying
track.
it.
No, you've been fast tracked
Yeah.
for sure. And I mean, just to take it back, you actually have a background in horse racing that predates your birth. Your dad was a jockey in Colombia, right?
Yeah, so my dad, he grew up on the backside in Colombia. Basically, I think his brother-in-law was a horse trainer. And so when my dad got started, he's probably 8-10 years old on the backside. And, you know, back then there was no rules or age limit when you could start working. So he started riding horses for my for his brother-in-law, and that's how we got all stuck in the business of horse racing.
That's incredible. And when you wanted to pursue it, did you know what you wanted to do within the scope of the industry, or?
Yeah, I mean, definitely. I mean, obviously I wanted to be a jockey, right? Like my dad, and here we are doing something totally different.
That's right.
But no, I did it. I grew up wanting to be a jockey because my dad, it's a funny story because this is a small world community that we live in. My dad rode races in Colombia with Jose Santos. And Jose Santos, our family were great family friends. And so, you know, now I have one of my closest friends, which is Jose Santos Jr., which is the agent to Raylu. And he's not just an agent. He helps me. We go over races together. And it's really cool to see this community and the way we all still, it's a family thing, even though Santos, Ortiz, we're all family and we're doing this together. So I'm very happy about that.
That is remarkable. And I also know that you really got a wealth of knowledge by working closely with the Bill Mott barn, correct?
Yeah, it's again another small community where my dad worked. It became my second home outside my home. So that's where I developed a real close relationship with the people that work on the backside. So I got to see Bill Mott in his element. I mean, I got to see horses like Cigar, you know, where that horse will never get out of my head. And at a young age, but watching my dad be one of his main breeze riders for almost 14 years and see the way my dad rode, helped him train, the way Bill Mott trained. I mean, I like picking people's brain all the time. So I'll ask, hey, what's an advice or what are you doing? I'll shadow people. I always have. And then I'll kind of mimic or ask why they do what they do. And Bill Mott, since I was, again, I mean, at a young age, 12, 13 years old, Bill Mott would I'll ask, hey, what's the difference between riding and training on the rail, or can you ride your own horses? And he said he could. And I said, well, I can too then. So, and here I am, you know, I did the same thing. And, it's great to see that relationship that I had with Bill Mott. I learned so much about horsemanship from Bill that, I mean, he comes from one of the greatest schools that I know in horsemanship, which is, you know, with the legend Ray Hunt. You know, that name will always be like, I'm like a great grandson to the Ray Hunt in the horseman family, you know, because
I love that.
Bill Mott, you know, it's I love it. I feel like I have a really long list of horsemen in my background who have helped me get here, not just through Bill Mott. You know, with Grand Motion, I worked a couple of years with him as well. Barkley Tag, I was in his barn for a very short time, but I love what I learned just communicating with Barkley. He's an amazing guy, very nice guy. And I worked for Gregory DePrima for a while in New York, and I got to taste what a claiming horses were and how to patch them up and get them ready to run. So, and then I finally ended up here in Kentucky in the bluegrass with Kellen Gorder and Windstar. They were doing business together, and I got to learn from Kellen Gorder's horsemanship, which is another graduate of the Ray Hunt School. And again, that horsemanship, Kellen with young horses, his 2-year-olds, his yearlings, it was like magic watching this guy, the way he treated his horses. And that stuff stuck to me, and like I held Kellen very dear to my heart. You know, he's a great mentor, and I give him a lot of credit and thanks to where I'm at today. Again, just because of the horsemanship and the reality of this isn't just a business. This is a family. This is a sport of animals. You know, these creatures need our help as much as we need them to provide. We need to provide for them. And then that theory that Kellen gave me, and then Bill Mott, and then all the great people that I work for, just it's all mushed into one great, ball of goodness for horsemen right now.
Well, I love that so much. And now you've got this incredible horse, and having been around all these trainers and around all these horses in their barns, when this one came to you, did you know right away he's special?
It's a very funny story. Yes, you're gonna hear everybody. Yeah, I knew he was great from the very beginning. But
he was doing everything right.
In reality, he also started he ran in the maiden 30. So really, well, let's be realistic. But no, I did think he was great because my dad, going back to my dad, this is how deep we're involved. He starts my yearlings. When we buy yearlings for WSS and a couple other clients, we send them to my dad. They get broke and get started, and my dad does a fantastic job doing that. And, he picks and chooses his favorite. But when I go down to Ocala to go visit him and check out on the crop, I see that he caught my eye. And I said, more specifically, because I'm a little biased, because I had race day when I was with Kellen. So I knew what race day looked like. And when I saw him, I was like, man, I like this colt. He's very well balanced. He looked very immature, but he still looked balanced, and there's something there. And I said, I like this horse. And then we put him in the back of our, of our mind, and just kind of went about a business. But when he was getting ready to make his debut at Colonial, I knew he wanted a 2 turns. I said, this horse is going to be just like his dad. He acts just like his dad. He's just so put the blinkers on. He's just, come on, race day, would you? And so we watched that race. It was funny because his debut, he ran it looked like a poor 4th. But as soon as they crossed the wire, they pan the camera to the winner. And as they catch the winner galloping out, Barber Road was already galloping back from in front of the winner. I was like, and the winner was Twisted Tejano Twist.
Yes.
And so I was like, and I was watching them gallop back. I was like, where did he pull up? Because so and I was like, from then, of course, every trainer's goal thing is to, look, you see his gallop out? I got a Belmont Stakes horse, so.
Well, you got that tackle line, right? I mean, come on.
So it was funny just to watching this horse gallop out, but it's a reoccurring thing with him. And so when we had him at Keeneland, he was breezing horses. He kind of went through a growth spurt where he was very uncomfortable. He's kind of, I call it growing pains.
Yeah.
And we couldn't pinpoint it out. He was cold, tight everywhere, just traveled like he was uncomfortable. So again, I put him in the back of my head and I said, let's send him to Ellis. We had a little annex barn over there. Give him some time to come around. And he sure did. Excuse me.
That's okay. You're popular, man.
And so I'm using my phone to prop my camera up. But no, so then, we just kind of put him in the back of our mind, just let him grow up. And then when he came back around, I was like, all right, he's a race day. Not a lot of people have a lot of hope on him. And I was like, let's just run him to where we can win a race. And maiden 30 seemed like the right level. His works weren't they never blow you off the sheets. You look at his works, they're just average. And he's always traveled like an average horse. He's never giving you that wow factor besides, wow, he looks great. That's pretty much it. And so when we stretched him out, I was like, okay, well, there's the race day that I know that's in there. And we kept pushing on, and you see where he's taken us. So he's developed. The maturity on this horse is still not at 100%. And that's what I love about it, because it just means that he's just going to be even better as he ages.
Well, that's what's exciting. He's already got a win over Churchill Downs, so that's great. Stakes placed already at Churchill Downs, and he's coming off that second place finish in the Arkansas Derby, where he actually, he really was coming late there. What were you thinking when you saw him in this stretch? Because obviously, there was so much hype. We were all looking at Secret Oath, the filly, and she ran a gangbusters race herself. She did have to end up selling for third, but so what are you thinking? You're in this Grade 1 Arkansas Derby, and here comes your boy getting up for second.
Yeah, it was funny because, there's really no pressure watching this horse run. It's exciting. It's no pressure because he's done more than I've wanted him to do. He's overachieved a lot of things that I've thought that, maiden 30 wasn't going to, I thought he was just going to be part of the claiming game at some point. But, all this stuff, he's like, he doesn't owe me nothing. I don't owe him nothing. He's out there playing the game. And so if you watch him carefully, because I watch all my races through binoculars. So obviously I'm just focused on one horse.
That's right.
That's all I care about. And I watch him and I'm just, come on, boy, make a move. Okay, I'm watching it, and he's coming down and seeing getting bounced around.
Yeah,
he's getting through traffic. He's got all this sorts, and that was exciting. And as I see him go by me, I think I was standing close to the 16th pole, and I see him run by me, and I was like, at this angle, I was like, oh my God, I think we're gonna win it. We're gonna win it. We win it. We won it. And we crossed the wire. You see, he's ahead of his competition again, and he does this every time. He gallops out, not just passes the horse. He gallops out and keeps pulling away after each race. But watching this race, I was like, man, I think I won it. And then I looked around, and then I got to see the replay, and I was like, oh, not again. He just needs the right trip.
Well, now you're going to get 1.25 miles. So, and it sounds to me like you have no concerns whatsoever about distance for him. The further, the better, it sounds like to me. And so I have to ask, with all the people that have been supporting you through the years and the people that have given you the tools that you've been employing in your own barn, have you reached out to any of them with this being your first chance at the Kentucky Derby about how to make that transition from now coming out of the Arkansas Derby and peaking at the right time come that first Saturday in May? Or are you just going all on your own gut instinct?
Yes and no, because you know what? I value everything that everybody's ever taught me. Or I've learned along the way, the good and the bad, the good experiences, the bad experience, life lessons that each individual has always taught me. But it was funny because going into the Arkansas Derby, I think I was like 2 weeks out of the race, and I'm just like, oh my God, I need to win. And I was like, what am I going to do? And I'm, just going over my training chart over and over, drawing lines, figuring out which day I'm going to breeze, how far. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to stop 1 second. And I literally hung up. It was 9:00 Eastern time. And I picked up the phone, 9:00 p.m. And I picked up this phone and I called Kellen Gorder. And I said, KG, what are you doing? And I was like, oh, nothing. He's just hanging around. I was like, what do we used to do to get in these type of races? I was like, I know. We won the Super Derby. We won the West Virginia Derby. We've hit the board with a lot of these prep races in the past with Kellen. And I said, what were we doing? And we sat down and talked maybe for like a good 45 minutes about horses and racing. And one thing that he always, him and Jared Hughes always preach is go with your gut. Just go with your gut. What do you think is – so I explained my scenario. I'm going to work on 5/8 and do this and do that, but then now I feel like I'm going to do too much. And my gut, I was like, I'd rather just go to easy works. And he goes, well, there you go with your gut, where you got feeling. So Callan's always been – he's always, like I said, he's a great mentor to me. And I took his advice, or he made me realize or believe in myself that what I'm doing is the right call. And it sure did. It paid off in the Arkansas Derby. Like I said, a better trip. I think we're the winners. But it's funny, I did last weekend, Arkansas had a Hall of Fame day that honored all the jockeys and trainers in the Hall of Fame. And, I was running a horse that day, and a big picture of Bill Mott pops up on the screen. And I sent him a text message. I said, hey, Bill, congratulations. One day I hope I can be up there with you. and he said thank you, and he's a good boss too, good mentor.
Well, have you, I want to end it on this note. So you're going to have all the preparation put in. Has it crossed your mind what it might feel like when you do make that walkover with your horse as the trainer for the Kentucky Derby?
I've been trying to imagine it. If anything, I've probably been trying to psych myself out of feeling anything for the longest. So I'm just trying to treat it like another race. I wear my emotions on my sleeve. So that's a given. If you know me, I'm very, very sensitive kind of guy. But, for a New Yorker, right? And then, but, I don't want to get over emotional about it. So I've just been treating it day by day. But this morning I was in Louisville watching him train over the track for the first time. He shipped in very well. He's settled in. That's what it's like. He's so oblivious to what's going on. And I love it. Like, he's so happy. He's like, like I said, he's like a puppy dog. He's just squirrel. It doesn't matter. He's shaking his head, wagging his tail. He wants you to pet on him. And I saw that. I went in the stall. I loved on him a little bit. And then I went out and I put this big yellow saddle towel that has his name on it with the Kentucky Derby logo on it. And I sent him out to the track with it, and I videoed him galloping and brought him back. And then not until then, I don't think it hasn't hit me until just now on the way back home. I just, wow, I got a Kentucky Derby horse. And I have a Kentucky Derby horse that's got a live shot. I think we're live. I believe after watching him this morning, I was like, I'm confident. And that's all I ever need. When I feel good about a horse, when I'm confident, I don't care about nothing else. I don't care who's in the race. I don't care how much is the race for. Most of the time, I never even realize how much I'm running for, purse money wise. But I do appreciate that I'm here with this horse and the connections that got me here. And it hit me today. I'll tell you that much.
Well, it's hitting me right now. John, we wish you the best in the Kentucky Derby. It's a long road to get there, and we're looking to see, again, gotta do the pun, Barber Road. Yep. Take to the
track. We're taking the road there.
Taking the road there, and we'll see him coming down that stretch come the first Saturday in May. Thank you again so much for your time, and more to come. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you very much.